Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are new here, welcome. I do hope you consider subscribing to the channel. We have lots of fun here and we smell good. And if you are returning, hey girl. So I have got a new one for you guys today. We will be going over some pretty good dupes for original designer and niche fragrances and trying to decide, do you need to spend all your money? I don't know. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Up first is by the house of BDK, Gris Charnel. I don't have a bottle of that one, but I have doused myself in it several times, as well as the extrait, to kind of know my thoughts on that particular fragrance. So I'm going to read to you the notes and then show you the dupe. The notes of BDK Gris Charnel is cardamom, fig, black tea in the top, iris, bourbon vetiver in the mid, and in the base we have sandalwood and tonka bean. The dupe we have is Liam by Lattafa. This particular fragrance right here is a spot on dupe, okay? Fight me in the comments if you want to. In my humble opinion, it actually performs better than the original. The longevity is there, the sillage is there, and nobody's going to know if you have on Gris Charnel for $200+ or Liam by Lattafa for $30, okay? The notes for Liam Gray are cardamom, fig, and black tea at the top, middle notes of iris, vetiver, and labdamen. And in the base, there's vanilla, sandalwood, tonka, and patchouli. So like literally the exact same notes. Probably just a little more in Liam. But I'm telling you, this fragrance was actually a blind buy for me. I had smelled Gris Charnel and I liked the way it smelled, but I just could not bring myself to spending that type of money. And I knew that the fragrance didn't last. Even the extrait, which lasts a little bit longer and for me is a little bit smoother. But I was like, nah. Let me try this out. And this literally was like $29 on Amazon. The package that it came in was like elaborate as it always is. And I really honestly hate throwing away all of that packaging. I feel so bad, but I feel bad. What am I supposed to do with it though? So at either rate, you should get your nose on this. If you're interested in Gris Charnel, I promise you, spot on dupe for Gris Charnel. Liam by Lattafa. Up next is Grandswar by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Now this one I don't have a bottle of, but I do have a sample and I've worn it a couple times. I've gotten a couple samples. So I have the sample card here, okay, and I have sprayed it on my tester strip. And I'm gonna read to you the notes. The notes are Spanish labdamen, orange, and in the mid there's lavender, siam benzoin, and in the base, there's amber, vanilla, tonka, cedar, and musk. Very nice fragrance. Now, the dupe that I have is Amber Grand by Paris Corner. This fragrance right here, in my opinion, is really, really close. It's really, really close. The notes for Amber Grand are amber, vanilla, tonka, labdamen, and benzoin. Literally the same notes. So I honestly probably won't purchase Grandswar until I'm done with this, to be quite honest, because this almost gives me a little bit more of a spicier wearing experience. I'm not sure what else is in it. It almost smells like there's some cinnamon or some nutmeg or some other spice that you would put in a pumpkin pie. But at either rate, this particular fragrance is not a spot on dupe, but the vibes are vibing. And for me, I don't need both, okay? I don't need both. This is a warm or a cold weather scent for me. So I feel like this bottle will definitely last me through the fall, winter months, and I'll probably still have something left over. And then maybe once I get through this season, I'll consider purchasing. But in my opinion, you don't need both. If you have this, you know, it's not giving you 100% MFK, but the vibes are vibing, and who's gonna know, okay? This is Amber Grand by Paris Corner. Up next, I didn't even know I was buying a dupe for a fragrance that I had or was interested in this particular fragrance, and I didn't know that it was a dupe. December Vanilla is a dupe for Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli by K. Ali. Okay. If you all hear that in the background, I'm sorry, it's storming here in good old Georgia. So bear with a sister. Okay. So I'm going to read to you the notes of December Vanilla. Okay. The notes are rum, vanilla orchid, and jasmine in the top. Vanilla creme brulee, spicy notes, tonka, leather, and rose in the mid. And in the base, there's brown sugar patchouli, amber, agarwood, musk, and oud. Smells great to me. I am a lover of the original K. Ali. So when I was interested in this, I was like, why does this smell like something that I'm familiar with, that I like? Because I hadn't got the bottle yet from K. Ali. I had only got a 10 mil, I want to say a 10 mil, and sampled it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And so, you know, I was sampling things, seeing what other fragrances I wanted to pick up, and I got this. I'm like, what is this? What is this? What is this? And so I looked it up, and it's supposed to be a dupe, and they're so similar. You don't need both. You do not need both. Okay, let me read to you the breakdown, the note breakdown of the K. Ali. Breakdown is rum, vanilla orchid, jasmine at the top, vanilla creme brulee, spicy notes, tonka leather in the mid, patchouli, brown sugar, oud, regular sugar, amber, and musk in the base. Literally the same note breakdown on Fragrantica. I know that that's somewhat subjective, but literally these two fragrances smell like twins. They've gone beyond sisters. They smell like twins. Now, I will say that on the strip, K. Ali is projecting more. Like it's thumping. K. Ali is a little louder on initial spray. I do get longer longevity out of the original. But I mean, if you're not looking to spend this type of money, again, who's going to know? Unless you tell them. It literally smells the same. So really the only difference is going to be, I would say, projection and longevity. This is going to give you all day, all night, maybe some of the next day. December Vanilla, they're going to give you all day and most of the night, okay? I love this fragrance. I know that a lot of people don't like patchouli, and depending on how it's done, I may not like it either, but I love it in this fragrance, and it's going to do very well in the colder months. It literally almost smells like the holidays to me. Like I can see myself in a sweater or going to a party or whatever, and just fitting in with the vibes and the baked goods and the things in the oven and the music going and just all of it. Cocktails flowing, okay? That's what I'm gonna be doing. Up next, we have a dupe for Burberry Her Elixir specifically, okay? This particular fragrance is very, very popular. It's gone viral. It's beloved. It's all of the things. I don't have a full bottle. I just have this purse size. It's enough for me because, to be quite honest, I've never owned this. Like, I've smelled it. I've smelled the original. I've smelled this. I've never owned either one. And there's almost a nauseating feeling that I get when I smell this. And I think it's something with the sweetness in the particular fragrance that just doesn't jive with my nose. And that's okay. But I do have a really good dupe for this, okay? But first, I'm going to read to you the notes of Burberry Her Elixir. In the top, there's blackberry and strawberry. In the mid, there's jasmine. And the base, there's vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. So this particular fragrance, it's pretty. You get the strawberry, you get the fruit, you get the vanilla. The jasmine is not too loud in here, in my opinion, because I don't care too much for jasmine. It has to be done the right way. And it's not sticking out and, slapping me in the face. So it's cool in here. But there's something about when I just breathe it in, it's like, ooh, my stomach gets to turning. But you do get the fruit. You get the strawberries. It almost smells a little creamy. It's a great fragrance. I just can't stomach it. The dupe for Burberry Her Elixir is Lattafa's Rave Now. This particular fragrance came out this summer and I picked it up. A lot of people talked about the bottle, and you know, I get it because when you spray it out, the juice does kind of get on the lip here. But other than that, I mean, it's a really great dupe. So I'll read to you the notes. Top notes of orange and red fruits. Middle notes of lily of the valley, jasmine, and marshmallow. Base notes of vanilla, musk, and moss. Okay, so Rave Now is a little sweeter in my opinion. This is Rave Now. It's a little sweeter in my opinion, but they are so close. So stinking close. I just don't know who's going to notice the difference. Now, I cannot speak to the longevity of this fragrance because, like I said, I don't own it. I don't tend to reach for it or wear it. I got this in a little sampler set that came with other fragrances. So that's why I have this particular one. But, you know, it's a softer, more powdery, sweet smell. So I can only imagine that, you know, it'll give you about 5 to maybe 7 hours or so. And with the Lattafa Rave Now, it's about the same. It's about the same. But if you really enjoy Burberry Her Elixir, this is an excellent dupe for it. No one's going to know. And you can spend $30 and get your life, maybe even less than that. All right, y'all, I had to adjust some things. So if the camera looked different, I had to make some adjustments. Okay, you guys, so up next is a favorite amongst the girls, okay, the gourmand girls. It is none other than Ali's Yum Pistache, okay. This particular fragrance has had lots in a chokehold, okay. I think this is year round. Like, this goes great in the warm months. It also is, I'm looking forward to it in the cold months. Let me read to you the notes. So in the top, there's a ton of notes. In the top, there's pistachio, ice cream, bergamot, hazelnut, rum, and cardamom. The base, lily of the valley, pear, jasmine, peony, geranium, red raspberry, white peach. And in the base, there's whipped cream, marshmallow, cotton candy, tonka bean, sandalwood, cacao, cedar, and Luke Home. It looks like a candy, okay? It looks like some sort of candy, okay? So I sprayed the tester strip. And I mean, for those that have smelled this, they know. It's a pistachio, yummy, spicy fragrance. It's almost a little bit boozy as well. It has great longevity. It projects, like, you get all of these yummy facets. I can't really say I pull out ice cream. I pull out raspberry. Like, it's just a well-rounded fragrance. You do get the rum in here. It smells spicy as well. And it's a great fragrance. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's a phenomenal fragrance. There's several dupes for it, but the one that I have, this is the dupe that I have for it. It is a Lattafa dupe. It is Affection. Okay. And this is the tester for it. Literally smells the same. I will say I normally call it diet. Somebody told me that saying diet sounds like I'm saying it's the worst thing, but I'm not. I'm just saying it's a lighter version. I have let this sit for a while. I have not sprayed this in a long time. I was honestly have forgot that I had it. And I'm like, what is this a dupe of? I'm like, oh my gosh, Yum Pistache. But it literally smells the exact same. Let me read to you the note breakdown. It's a little bit different, but I think there's probably a lot more synthetic notes in here. So in the top, there's pistachio, hazelnut, and black currant. In the base or in the mid, there's jasmine, raspberry, lily of the valley, and lactones. And in the base, there's lactones, vanilla, and tonka, and those are going to be those synthetic notes. This smells literally like Yum Pistache. Like, I'm trying to decipher like some huge differences, but I think that Kayalee's is going to give you more longevity, but it's hard to discern the two. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. For me, this is like a one-to-one dupe. Like, I would say it's like 99% there, 98%, 99%. I think that if this Lattafa were to sit a little bit longer, maybe it will get a little bit stronger and have that, you know, bomb projection and sillage when you first spray it out. But don't get me wrong, like, it's hitting. I'm just trying to pull out the differences to let you know which one would be a better deal. But to be quite honest, if you don't mind having, you know, dupes and things like that, this is phenomenal, in my opinion, to my nose. I always like having the original in most cases, except for Gris Charnel. But these the same. Okay, up next is a new fragrance to the collection, and I will be featuring this in a separate video, but it just belonged here. It absolutely belonged in this video as well. This is none other than Altair by Parfums de Marly. This is a part of the men's line, but the girlies love it, and if you know, you know. This fragrance, I need to get my strength together. This fragrance smells so daggone good. Let me read to you the notes. So there's cinnamon, cardamom, orange blossom, and bergamot in the top. In the mid, there's vanilla bourbon and elemi. And in the base, there's praline, musk, ambroxan, gaiac wood, candied almond, and tonka. This smells beautiful. Like, it smells caramelly to me, like salted caramel. And I think that's the praline mixed with, you know, all of these other notes. Oh my God. Okay, so I wouldn't call this a dupe, but this is definitely inspiring, or from inspiration from Altair. But this is Vanilla Romance from Bath and Body Works. Do you hear me? Bath and Body Works, okay? And when I tell you, this one is giving, it's giving. I was too damn surprised. This does not have the same longevity as Altair. Let's be 100%, let's keep it a buck. But it smells so stinking similar. Let me read to you the notes. So the notes on Fragrantica are skimpy, probably because, I don't know, maybe there's not a lot of people reviewing this particular fragrance, but vanilla absolute, cardamom, and woody notes is what it says. It's definitely, giving Altair, but with less complexity. Like with Altair, I feel like I smell salted caramel. Like with the Bath and Body Works fragrance, it's sweet bourbony, if you will, vanilla bourbon. But Altair just adds a whole nother layer of complexity in the fragrance. They smell like father and son, okay? So father and son. This is a phenomenal fragrance. When I first put my nose on this, I was in Bloomingdale's and my essay let me smell this. I was like, oh, this is good. And then she mixed it with Cassili, and it just took it to a whole nother level. So I will be mixing those two together, this and Cassili. I know they're both like kind of very sweet and creamy fragrances, but they smell bomb together, okay? So try that layering combination if you haven't, okay? But at either rate, these two fragrances are very similar. I would say you need both, if you will. Or I would say your high school student, your college student, your grown woman, your grown man, okay? Now, if you want both, get both. But if you have this, you don't need this. If you have this and you ready to step out, you ready to pop out and show them, pick it up, pick it up. But they are very similar. This does dry down and not have as long of projection and sillage as this one here. So I would say you get about 3.5 to 4 hours with the Bath and Body Works. So if you're wearing this for an event, for an evening, it'll definitely do what you need it to do for a few hours. This baby is going to last you all day, and don't you forget it. Okay, so up next is a staple. It's a ride or die. It's everyone probably has this. It's something that's been on the market, that will probably be on the market for years and generations to come. Okay, this is Chanel's Coco Mademoiselle. This fragrance, I've bought several of these. This is something that I will always have in my collection because I feel like it's classic, it's tried, it's true, it's me. In my opinion, it performs better in the colder months. So fall, winter, this is gorgeous. Office safe, everybody loves her. She gets along with everyone. Her name is Chanel Coco. I mean, come on. So this particular fragrance, when I bought the dupe, I didn't know that it was a dupe for this. I just smelled that and I was like, that smells nice. And then I learned it was a dupe. But I'm going to read to you the notes of Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. In the top, there's bergamot, orange, and grapefruit. In the mid, there's lychee, rose, and jasmine. And in the base, there's patchouli, vanilla, musk, and vetiver. Now, there's a lot of fruit in here, citrusy notes, and you do get that. You do get the brightness of it, but there's also the patchouli in the base. There's the vetiver in the base, which I feel like lends itself to making it a colder weather scent, although it is year round. It's year round, okay? I absolutely love this. This was my signature scent for a long time. Before I started collecting perfumes, this is literally all that I wore. I may have had a little dibble dabbles here and there, body sprays from Bath and Body Works or whatever, but this is the perfume that always stayed in the collection. It was much to my chagrin when I found a dupe. Okay, this is Club de Nuit by Afnan. I'm going to read to you the notes for this fragrance. The notes for this fragrance are orange, bergamot, grapefruit, and peach in the top. In the mid, there's rose, jasmine, geranium, and lychee. In the base, there's patchouli, musk, vanilla, and vetiver. So literally the same notes, with the exception, I think, of like the peach. To me, they're not the same. Like Chanel is Chanel is on beast mode compared to Club de Nuit. Now, I get where they were trying to go. They just didn't get there. The train did not arrive. The plane did not land. But they were on their way to the destination. It's just they went to the wrong airport and they stopped at the wrong train stop. Yeah, the Chanel is so much more well blended. It has more depth to it. It has longevity. Anyone that has worn this knows that it lasts all day and all night. You cannot go wrong with this one. This is a beautiful signature scent. I think that anyone can wear this. Anyone can wear this. It is on, I don't want to say on the mature side, but I just don't see a 19-year-old wearing this. Okay, now I can see a 19-year-old wearing this for sure. It's lighter, it's a little brighter, and maybe that's the peach in here. I'm not sure. It's a pretty scent. It's just not, in my opinion, the best dupe for my beloved, tried and true Coco Mademoiselle. So this fragrance is the last one, and this video would not be complete without her. I think this is probably the best dupe of 2024 thus far. If you don't know, you should know. And once I tell you, don't be surprised, okay? So this is going to be Bianco Latte. The dupe for Bianco Latte, of course, was Eclair, okay? So let me read to you the notes of Bianco Latte. For Bianco Latte are caramel at the top, cardamom and honey in the mid. In the base, there's vanilla and white musk. This fragrance is so damn good. It is good. And I know that some people feel like she be doing too much. And I've worn her on days and I'm like, dang, she really do be doing too much sometimes. And I just couldn't believe it from like a gourmand perfume. But she really is beast mode. And when I hear people say that, I'll be like, what they talking about? No, for real. She be beast mode. And she be, knocking people over, bumping folks, like, get out the way. Like, come on. But this is good. Okay, good. The dupe for her is Eclair by Lattafa. This fragrance has milk, caramel, and sugar in the top. In the mid, there's honey and white flowers. In the base, there's vanilla, praline, and musk. This is a great dupe. Now, I will say there are differences. Eclair is a phenomenal dupe for Bianco Latte, but if you have both, Bianco Latte is still in a league of her own. She can sit next to Bianco Latte in the row back, but she close, like she on her trail. You get the sugar, you get the caramel, vanilla. You get the praline. It is so good. This just feels a little more well-rounded in my opinion. I know the note breakdown that I read to you off of Fragrantica doesn't list a ton of notes like Eclair did, but I smell milkiness. It just smells like walking into a ice creamery where the waffles are being cooked, where they're making their own caramel, where they're making fudge. Like, I mean, they're making all of the things and it's toasted and roasted to perfection. I love this fragrance. Bianco Latte is, I prefer to wear this over Eclair. I will say that. I do prefer to wear this over Eclair. I just do. This was a gift from my aunt. I actually had Eclair and was satisfied with it and was going to wear that until it was done and then purchase this, but she sent it to me, and now that I have it, this is my preference. Eclair is a great dupe, but it's just something about this particular original that I just want to pull for this one before the dupe. Probably because she lasts all day. Eclair gives you good longevity, like, I want to say about 7 hours, okay? About 7 hours, but this one gonna be all day and all night. Like, all day and all night, all over your clothes. Like, you'll get whiffs of her when you're just moving about. Like, if your body temperature rises, you'll smell more of the fragrance, especially if you have it on your clothes, which I spray my clothes. But this is a great one. Absolutely a great one. All right, you guys. So those are the 8 fragrances that I have for you today and dupe options for them. Let me know down in the comments. Have you tried them? Do you like them? Love them? Do you own any of the originals? Any of the dupes? Drop me a line down in the comments and let me know. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel as I am trying to grow. I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you that have subscribe to my channel, that watch my content, and I'm doing my very best behind the scenes to bring you guys good and interesting things. And if there's something you want to see, let me know. I'm always open for content suggestions. And so with that being said, you all, make sure that you are being kind to yourself. Make sure you're being kind to others. And peace and love, y'all. The world needs it. Bye.